Hey ladies! So, as you know, I changed the name, our team name, to Team Charged because I have gotten really passionate about not just living, having a charged business, but just living a charged life. And to have a charged life means that you are not just focused in one area or another. You're living by, chasing your dreams, and you're on fire for your dreams. And that's not just with your business, but in life as well, right? You want to live your absolute best life. And Zaya is a platform for us to be able to do that. Zaya makes our life better, right? And we don't want it to make our life more hectic, more crazy, hard to manage. We don't want it to take time away from our family and friends. So it's really important that we focus on being intentional CEOs. And with, I've been talking a lot about that, and I want to create a different culture within our team than what we've had. I know in the beginning that I was focused on you work in the cracks of your day. You just do it whenever you have time, all of that. And that led to burnout for me. And I know that it's leading to burnout for a lot of other people. And I realized that there has to be a better way to do this. You have to be able to, grow a business and not be so sucked into your phone all the time or be thinking about your business nonstop. And so, going forward, my goal is to try to give you like a weekly bite-sized training or every couple weeks about what it means to be an intentional CEO, so that hopefully you can take a few things, apply them to your business, and start to see a really massive change, not just in your business and how your business works and flows, but just in life. I hope that you'll all be happier and more joyful and more present in everything that you're doing, because we only get one life and we might as well live it being the absolute best we can and honoring our priorities and our values. So I know that a lot of us are sick of being attached to our phone. I've heard that a lot. I've heard of a lot of people saying, well, people are messaging me all the time, or you feel like you're living in your inbox and you're not really able to get out of your inbox and actually work the business because you're constantly responding to messages. You're wanting to hit that 3x4 and 2,500 to get the Dash for Cash bonus this month. You're wanting to be a top 5 PVer in our team and get that $100 bonus from me. You're wanting to do all these things, but you're also like, I don't want to burn out, right? You're afraid you're going to burn out. You're afraid that if you don't spend all of this time working, that your business is going to crash and burn. And I want to tell you that if you set boundaries in your business will not crash and burn. It will not go away. If you put your phone down for part of your day, I promise your business will not go to shit, for lack of better terms. It will be okay. And, going with this idea of being charged and intentional CEOs, I heard this definition of being a high performer by Brendan Burchard, and I wanted to pass it on to you guys, okay? I know a lot of us in here are high performers or are striving to be high performers, but his definition of being a high performer is that we are performing above standards, have healthy relationships, and great health. It's not just about hitting all these accolades in our business, and it's not about, just finishing a marathon. It's about all of the aspects of life, right? Living out our purpose, having great relationships, taking care of ourselves. Those are the things that if we are wanting to be a high performer, we need to be showing up in all of those categories and not totally stressing ourselves out. So boundaries, let's talk about boundaries in our business. So like I said, the idea is that we are intentional CEOs. So it's not that you aren't working hard, it's that you're working smart. It's that you're working when it's your work time. Okay. And I know that this is different for everybody because some of us have small children. Some of us don't have any kids. Some of us work full-time jobs. Some of us don't work outside the home. There's a lot of us who have different scenarios. So it's really about figuring out what's going to work best for you. For me, I know a lot of it was for a while, especially back with Beachbody. I don't feel it as much with Zaya, but I did, there was a period of time where I felt like I always had my phone on, right? I was constantly checking my messages. I was supposed to be spending time with my kids, but I was scrolling through my Facebook, or I was responding to messages in a party. I was just getting really attached to my phone, and I was afraid to put it down. I was like, I don't want to put it down. I don't want to miss something, but you're not going to miss anything, okay? Did you know that it takes 20 minutes once you're distracted to get back on task? That's a long time, okay? So if you are playing with your kids, or you are trying to get something done at your full-time job, and your phone goes off and it's a Facebook message from a potential hostess, it's gonna take you 20 minutes to fully get back into what you were doing with your flow of work. It's gonna take you at least 20 minutes to get back into the flow of really being fully present with your kids or whatever it is you were doing. So we have to stop letting that be, we have to stop the distractions from happening. And it goes both ways. It goes with life, whether you're, like I keep using the example of kids because that's always what applies to me. If I'm with my kids, my phone neither needs to be in the other room, in my pocket, whatever. All notifications need to be shut off, right? Goes the same way though when I'm working my business. If I'm working my business, I need to make sure my door is shut. My kids aren't going to come in and interrupt me because that's my business time, right? So it's really important that we set those boundaries for our business. And like I said, your business will not crash and burn if you have boundaries. So what kind of boundaries can you have? Or like which ones do I recommend having? Okay, I know for me, setting specific hours that I work my business has been huge. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but I do not work after my kids go to bed. I rarely will do that. If Kyle's gone, or if I'm feeling a little bit behind on a few things, then yeah, I'll maybe plug in for like an hour, maybe after my kids go to bed. But by 8:30, for sure at 9, I'm done. And you guys, it's pretty dang rare if I work after my kids go to bed, because for me, that's a boundary that I've set for myself. I do not want to work at night because for me, I have days, I have time during my day to work. So I don't need that time. If I'm going to be productive and effective during the day, I don't need that time. For me personally, I need that time to wind down at night. I need that time to spend with Kyle. I need that time to do other things to make my life better in other areas. Okay? For some of us, that's the only time that we can work our business. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But for me, that's a personal boundary that I have. Another boundary that we should talk about, or that I've found to be beneficial, is really focusing on working from my computer and not from my phone. Because if I'm working from my computer, that means that I am sitting still, or if sometimes I'll stand to work because it's good for my back, or standing up. I am in work mode and I'm not going to get caught scrolling, right? I don't scroll on my computer because, for one, I have my news feed off on Facebook. So if I pull up my Facebook on my computer, my feed does not show up. I downloaded like a Chrome, what do you call them, add-on or whatever you call it, a plugin. I don't know what it's called, but it's something that you can put on your Chrome, and when your Facebook pops up, there is no feed there. They give you a motivational quote, so you're not going to get distracted by your feed. So working from a computer as much as possible is a great way to set a boundary for your business. Another one is to create a workspace so that you can get into work mode. So for me, it's my office, right? But a lot of people don't have an office. So, that would mean that you're not running around working all over the place, being chaotic. It's like, that when you are in your work mode, you are in your space. So for me, it's my office. For some people, maybe it's just your kitchen table. And a way that you can make that more your workspace is just gather up like some office supplies, right? Or some things that you think you're going to need for your work time. Get like a little caddy and put, your paper clips or your journal or your, whatever you might need in there to work your business. And just have that with you so that when that's out sitting next to you, okay, it's work time. It's go time. I'm in work mode. Don't bother mommy, or say it to your boyfriend or your husband. Hey, you're going to have to hang out by yourself for a little bit. See, I got my little caddy here. I'm going to do some work. So making sure that you're creating that space, that can also be a boundary, because if you are running all over the place working, your business is going to be all over the place, right? The last one that I kind of alluded to before is turning off your notifications. I know that this is really scary. It is. I understand. I do not get emails. My emails don't come through my phone. I don't have, I have no Facebook notifications, no Messenger, no Facebook, nothing. No Instagram comes through my phone, except I do have Zaya Family turned on so that if there's a restock that I need and I can see that Zaya, or they post something to their story or something like that, I do have a little pop-up for that, but that's it. That is the only notification that I get that is Zaya related. If you are on my first line and have my phone number, I actually have all of my reps as under do not disturb, not because I don't love you, but because if something Zaya were to come through and distract me from that time I'm having with my kids, then that throws off my time, right? I'm setting that boundary. And, you know, of course I love it when my first line texts me like personal stuff. So if you're my first line and you want to chat, hit me up. But I'm just saying that I do have that boundary set because I can't do it. I tried to do it before and I am not present in anything that I'm doing when I have those notifications on. So shut your notifications off, set up some private time that you can work, you know, whether that's first thing in the morning, maybe you get up and you do a quick power hour before everybody's out of bed, or power half an hour. Maybe if you work full time, maybe it's on your lunch break. You take some lunch time to get some things done. Maybe it's when, for me, you guys, when Desiree is having a snack, she gets to watch TV. It's like a 20-minute snack. I pull out my computer and sit next to her and she's watching TV. And I know that that's going to be a 20-minute pocket of time that I can sit down and answer messages because she's in the freaking zone. Okay? It's just the way it is. So if you have small kids, get to know their schedule, right? Get to know their natural schedule. When are times that they're sucked into playing? When they are watching TV or taking a nap, you know? I know it can be hard to plan those things, but if you see an opportunity, it's okay to grab your computer and sit down and work during that small pocket of time. So it doesn't have to be a large chunk of time, okay? So we're gonna, like I said, there's so much we could go into with boundaries and intentional CEO stuff, and so I'm hoping to give you more smaller bite-sized pieces as we move forward. I know this one got kind of long, but what I want you to do is I want you to know that you can be an intentional CEO and hit big goals. You can do it. You do not have to hustle, grind until you drive yourself into the floor to hit your goals. You just have to be really smart about what you're doing and when you're doing it. So focusing on the income producing activities, and which would be like inviting, parties, following up. Basically those three things are it. If you invite people to host and rep, if you are following up with them after they order or after you invite them to host or rep, and if you are, what did I say? What did I say, you guys? Hosting, inviting, following up, parties, hosting, repping, all those things. Pew, out the other side. So anyway, maybe that's time for me to get off. But I just want to share that stuff with you guys, and I want you to take one small action today, and I want you to turn your notifications off. Email, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and just be okay with the fact that you have boundaries in your business. Because if you have boundaries and you respect them, your customers and your teammates will as well. And last boundary that I want to talk about is that even if it helps you, I highly recommend communicating these boundaries that you have with your VIP group and if anybody that's emailing you, right? So in your VIP group, tell them, I don't work at night. I don't work, I work during the day, so I don't answer messages during the day. I don't work on the weekends, whatever your personal boundaries are. Like I said, a lot of people work the weekends because that's their time to work their Zaya business. You just have to figure out what works the best for you and then communicate that with your customers, because nobody's going to get mad if they know what's going on. Nobody gets upset if you don't respond for a couple days because they messaged you on a Friday night. I get that all the time. People message me on a Friday night and I'm like, message them back on Monday. I'm like, hey, I don't work on the weekends. Let's get this exchange process for you, whatever it might be. So people don't care as long as you communicate that. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. I'm so proud of you. I appreciate you. We are going to be different. We will do direct sales differently, you guys. We are not going to be that team that hustles their face into the ground, but we are the team that shows up intentionally and gets shiz done with a focus. Okay? We're not going to be walking around with our phone in our hand 24/7. Okay? I love you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.